Hi, and welcome to Kit Guru with me, Alistair. In this video, we're going to take a look at the Sharkoon SGH50 gaming headset and the DAC Pro S V2. Before we get started, please make sure to like and subscribe using the buttons below. Opening the SGH50, it's really minimal packaging with 3 compartments. The headset spans the 2 outside ones, and the centre compartment has the cables and accessories. With the Skiller SGH50 headset, we have a locking 1.1 metre 3.5mm to 3.5mm cable, which has an inline mute switch and volume control. A 1.5 metre 3.5mm extension cable, and a 15cm Y-splitter cable to take our TRRS connection from the headset and split it into separate headphone and microphone connections for connecting directly to a sound card or motherboard. We also have a detachable microphone with a flexible arm and a small rubber stopper to fill the port where the microphone connects to the headset when it isn't in use. If we take a look at the DAC Pro S V2, then it's incredibly minimal with just the DAC itself sitting in some very nice sturdy foam. If we lift the foam out, then we do have a small manual in there. None of the headset nor the DAC are outrageously priced, with the Skiller SGH50 coming in at roughly €59.99 and the DAC Pro S V2 at £29.99, which is roughly £51 and £26 respectively. First impressions of the Skiller SGH50 is that it's a very sleek design with 2 large ear cups and a smooth matte black finish across most of the headset. The majority of the headset is constructed from metal and feels incredibly sturdy and durable. I think I could throw these out of a window a few stories up and they'd still work, but I don't fancy testing that with a review pair. A slight concern of mine isn't to do with the build quality so much as a design choice, and that's having the wires to each ear cup exposed slightly. It's not that I don't trust myself, but I do have a few friends with pets that have been known to chew through cables, especially headset ones, and the worry that a pet or snagging it on something might lead to an accidental break isn't great. Sharkoon do break away from the standard gamer conventions with their design here, as the headset doesn't feature any LEDs, RGB or otherwise. Although the main frame of the headset is built from metal, the headband does have a nice leatherette cushion, which adjusts freely to the size of the wearer's head without having to use hard stops like a lot of gaming headsets do. The padding on the ear cups themselves are also leatherette and very soft and really comfortable. It's actually really easy to forget you're wearing them at times. I spent quite a few long sessions with the SGH50 on and at no point felt any discomfort. In fact, if it hadn't been for the microphone in my peripheral view constantly, I could have easily forgotten that I was wearing them. The only thing that I will say about the cushions is that although they are comfortable, they can get a little warm after a while. Not to the point of having to towel down my ears after wearing them, but there was a little bit of moisture, for lack of a better term, on the leatherette at the end of a night of gaming. The DAC Pro S V2 is the latest version of Sharkoon's digital to analog converter, which is a hardware that takes a digital signal from your device and converts it to an analog signal which drives any attached speaker, in this case the headset. The DAC is again a solid metal construction and is packaged as a very small USB peripheral, which is really neat as it doesn't take up too much space, and if you want to connect it to your system, you can do so, and you can also use a USB A to C adapter to use it with a phone or tablet. In the past, the quality of a DAC made a big difference in terms of audio quality, but these days there tends to be a lot less between them. But with this in mind, I have to say that the DAC Pro S V2 and SGH50 together provide some incredibly clear audio with really good low end for such an affordable price. The 50mm driver in the headset allows for better bass, whilst the 55ohm coil is specially designed for better treble response. I was using the headset for quite a bit of gaming and watching videos, and I was really impressed with the listening experience. The sheer size of the ear cups helps reduce outside noise, and the low-end rumble of the large drivers mixes well with that high end. It's important to point out that there isn't any software for either the SGH50 or the DAC Pro S V2, as they're just plug and play. I had the headset out of the box and connected and running through Discord in a matter of seconds, which is really nice, but it does limit the headset somewhat, as there are alternative headsets that have additional software controls like a noise gate or EQ functionality through software. I'd also say, whilst the specially designed 55 ohm coils do provide clear high-end response and the larger drivers help with the low end, I'd quite like to boost the 2 to 4 kHz range, as there seems to be a significant dip here, and I feel it gets a little bit overpowered, which is particularly noticeable when I'm listening to music. Obviously, if you're listening to a lot of metal with scooped mids, this might not be a big deal, but for anything outside of that, it might be more noticeable. Even with this, the audio is really crisp and clear though. One thing I wish the headset supported would be virtual surround sound, as in FPS games like Call of Duty, having that directional audio can make a big difference. However, with high-res audio, which means that the headset and DAC support 24-bit 96 kHz, we aren't sacrificing quality when it comes to the audio at all. A really nice touch is the locking connector on the 3.5mm cable. It means that you aren't likely to accidentally disconnect your headset if you're getting a bit animated whilst gaming. And the inline controls are really simple, with a volume slider on the side and a large mute slide switch. I feel that this could have been a little bit smaller, but my biggest complaint when it comes to the cable is that they aren't braided. Instead, Sharkoon have opted for a rubbery outer sheath, which, whilst it's nice to have a modular cable system where I can use the extension lead if I want, or a Y-splitter if I want to connect directly to my system, I think a braided cable would have really sort of pushed it up to that next tier. It's also worth pointing out that due to the ability to use a single 3.5mm connection, a splitter, or combined with the DAC Pro S, you can use the Scalar SGH50 across multiple devices, including consoles. I'm happy that we've seen detachable microphones become the norm with headsets, as the high quality audio means we want to use them in more situations than just sat at our desks. And with that in mind, the microphone is one of the best headset mics I happen to have experience with. It connects to the headset with a 3.5mm TRS jack and comes with a windshield. The flexible arm is really good, as I can position the mic, and unlike a lot of headset mics, it stays there. There's absolutely no drift back to the mic's original shape, so I didn't have to readjust to keep myself being heard. As for the quality of the microphone, some of the people I game with commented that it sounded really clear, but you don't have to take their word for it. Here's a recording directly from the mic with no processing applied. This is a test of the Sharkoon Scalar SGH50 microphone. Currently the headset is plugged into my desktop through the DAC Pro S V2. As there's no software control, I haven't gone into Windows settings and changed anything in there, so this is a completely flat approach to the audio, as if I'd just taken it out the box and plugged it into the system. As you can hear, the audio is very clear. The microphone does pick up some plosives, but the included windshield does help to cover that a bit. It's not the worst I've heard by any stretch. So overall, clear microphone, quite impressed with it for the price range that the headset sits in. By comparison, this is a test of the Corsair HS70 Pro, my regular gaming headset. As you can hear, the plosives are picked up a little bit more with this headset, even though, again, the microphone does have a windshield on it. It is more noticeable with this headset, as is breath noise. But again, it's a clear mic, but I think the Sharkoon SGH50 definitely wins, especially because it comes in cheaper than this Corsair HS70 Pro headset. Overall, I really like the SGH50 and DAC Pro S V2. If you're looking for high quality stereo audio in a headset that you can use across multiple applications, whether it be gaming, watching films, videos or content creation, but you're looking to do it without breaking the bank, then I'd heavily recommend the SGH50. It isn't without its flaws, like the lack of a braided cable or support for EQ or noise gate, but for the price you might be hard pressed to find something with better sound reproduction. However, if you do want to look at an alternative, then maybe something like the Corsair HS35, or if you have a little bit more of a budget, the Razer Black Shark V2. That brings us to the end of our look at the Sharkoon Scalar SGH50 and DAC Pro S V2. What do you think? Are you willing to trade some RGB and EQ functions for higher quality at a lower price? Let us know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, it really helps the Kit Guru channel out, and hit the bell icon if you want to be notified when we upload. You can follow us on all social media platforms for the latest updates. And finally, if you want to get your hands on some sweet Kit Guru merch, you can get it from the link below. Thanks for watching.